All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 31, Allen throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They begin the drive with Coleman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. On play action, Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Ryan. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it.
Check the hot read. Hey, look, 3, look,
3. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Freeman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His 11th touchdown of the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bryant's extra point up and good. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And it's now a 7-0 game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing now is Allen. Completes it to Coleman. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for the Niners. 57 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end, can be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish. And
he rifles one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
23 yards, the final tally. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. D. Ford in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They toss to Freeman. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On second down now, it's Freeman. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
59, ready. 280. 54. It's our time.
Now it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the...
A gain of 5. And the Falcon first down.
Got it. 280. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. All day.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Ready. 280. 56 at the mark. Stay with him. Go.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Allen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. This complete to Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Julio Jones once again the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. To throw again is Ryan. He's going to fire into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Across the NFL landscape, a little bit of a surprise right now in Dallas. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 25-yard line.
Ready, you ready? Mike 5-4. You must be true.
Now Ryan. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. On first down, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. DeForest Buckner, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Ryan complete to Jones. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 26. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now a toss right, Freeman. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Allen. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. Actually, I remember that game, December, against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Allen's throw is complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Ryan Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. The Falcons on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Now it's Ryan. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tack McKinley has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. This guy is in a zone. Remember, he had a sack hat trick last week. That got him NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Another one right here.
I love how you phrase that, in the zone, because I'm a firm believer that like a running back, like a quarterback, when guys get hot and get locked in, the same thing happens for guys getting sacks. Their moves are working, and they're getting home and putting guys on the ground.
56, 56.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. That's caught. It's Coleman. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Allen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Allen. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Ryan, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The kick by Bryant is good. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big game.
Got the connection here to Bourne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. To throw. Allen. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. From midfield, here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. In on the tackle, Devondre Campbell, Falcons leading tackler in 2018. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will tie things at 17 all. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, here's Freeman. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
First throw in overtime now for Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. This is Freeman. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. 58. Hey, South. Right there. 54 miles. 3 buzz.
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things.